Yes. Stand up, nation. Let's rise up to the occasion. Yes. All right. Appreciate you all. Appreciate you all. Appreciate you. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's get that. Let's go. Let's go. Let's rise up to this day. Post-game talk, post-game reaction. Yes, you guys already know how this day goes. Yes. Appreciate you all, man. Indeed. Let's see what they got.
On both sides. Something that we try to emphasize to our team is the importance of mental toughness and being your best regardless of the circumstances and playing through success and playing through adversity. I think if you look at the game, we controlled the game. We had the ball for a lot. I think we had the ball for 45 minutes. I don't know that I've ever been in a game where that happened. And we had a lot of success doing things in all three phases of our team. But it wasn't being reflected on the scoreboard, and give them credit for fighting and scratching and clawing and doing the things necessary to stay in the ball game. But I do think our team responded well in a number of different situations throughout the game. When they came back and tied it, they made big plays. We came back and made big plays. They made big plays. And at no point did our guys blink. They just kept playing, kept fighting, kept scratching, kept clawing. They play with a relentless spirit. It's inspirational to me to be around these guys, how they work and how they play. And I thought that was in evidence today. And outstanding job in overtime. We get the ball and just very methodical, made the plays the way we needed, when we needed to, converted some big third downs, converted a fourth down, and obviously the play at the end was a big-time play by those guys when they heated us up. So a lot of different guys contributed to this in all three phases of our team. It was far, far, far from a perfect effort. We have plenty of stuff we got to clean up. We all recognize that, but the spirit was outstanding.
Can you talk about Cooper's impact on this game tonight, and specifically the long touchdown in the fourth, and then coming back with the winning play?
Yeah, he's a hell of a football player, and he's made a huge impact on our team since we've gotten him. And I thought he did a good job staying patient early on in the ball game and just continuing to work to get open. And I thought Dak did a really good job getting him the ball in critical moments. Obviously, the huge plays at the end of the game. He scored 3 touchdowns in all the critical moments of the game. He's a hard guy to cover. I think if you watch him week in and week out, you see him catch the ball short, you see him catch the ball medium, you see him catch the ball down the field, you see him make plays after he catches the ball. He's just a damn good football player. We're lucky to have him.
Significant, too. You lose Elliott for a couple of plays, and very next play, he makes a big play for you. Just the timing of the plays as well, in addition.
Yeah, we're at our best when we're running it and throwing it and getting different guys involved, controlling the line of scrimmage up front with the running game. Zeke's a hell of a football player. The toughness that he plays with time and time again, he made big plays for us. But he did come out of the game. We were able to make some plays in the passing game, and I thought the balance as we went on was pretty good. But we like to give the ball to 21, too. He makes a huge impact every time he goes out there.
What went into the 4th and 1 decision? Obviously, if you kick a field goal, the game's not over. So what?
Yeah, just that. Just want to stay aggressive. Really, what you're trying to do with every decision you make there is you're trying to put your team in the best position to win. And a lot of people get caught up in this coach was aggressive, that coach wasn't aggressive. That's really not what it's about. It's the decisions are designed to help your team win and put your team in the best position to win. And we just felt in that situation we could make it. We wanted to end the game on our terms by scoring a touchdown, and our guys responded the right way.
Did what you mentioned about 45 minutes? I mean, their defense had been on the field about 90 plays at that point.
That's a huge impact and on the situation. What we try to do, we try to watch the game and feel the game and understand that those things go into making those kinds of decisions. We felt like we were wearing them down, ran the ball well. We feel like our runner's the best runner in the league. Guys came off the ball and moved them, and then Zeke did the rest of it. And then obviously we were able to convert for the touchdown after that.
Jason, did you personally ever throw over 54 times in a game? And secondly, what did the volume passing say about your quarterback?
Yeah, I didn't play very much, Rick, as you know that.
College, anywhere?
Yeah.
Against Brown?
Yeah, I don't know that I did. One of the things that I thought was important, that number's high, and that's not really the style of football that we typically play, but we had 93 plays in the game. So that's a lot of plays, and we like to have balance. We did run it for well over 100 yards. Zeke did get his touches. But what was good about it was I thought we were efficient in the passing game. We're completing balls. Obviously, the 2 interceptions were not good. Dak would like to have those back. But, you talk about mental toughness. That guy we got playing quarterback for us, he's a tough son of a bitch now. And you saw that today.
Wow.
You saw that. You saw the physical toughness. You saw the mental toughness.
Oh, buddy!
The game, overcome adversity,
Did y'all hear
make
that?
the critical plays of the critical moments. So, again, not typically the style we play. Typically, it's a recipe for disaster when you throw it over 50 times. But I thought he was efficient, and then he was able to make the big plays when he needed them.
Talking about mental toughness, Brett misses the 43-yarder and then kicks the 62-yarder on the last play of the half. How big was that?
It was huge. It was a huge lift for us. We wanted to cash in on that drive, and he looked at me and said, "Give me a shot here." And 62 is a big kick, and you have to factor in, okay, should we throw a Hail Mary? But he had a great look about him. He had a great look in his eyes. So we said, hell yeah, let's give him a shot.
Man, I'm going to have
obviously
that
put it
drop
through
for the
pipes.
rest of my life.
So that gave us a big lift going into halftime.
You didn't try it on 4 seconds to go, so was it a bit desperate at that point? 1 second to go?
Well, you have a choice there, and really what we did with 4 seconds to go was something a little uncharacteristic. We were going to try to just get a few more yards and bang the time out, and typically that's not the number you do it. Typically you need more than that, but I just felt like it was pretty long, so we're trying to get him a couple yards. We were going to give him a chance, but then you say, you weigh in, let's throw the Hail Mary versus kick a 62-yarder. What's the likelihood of something cashing in? And again, he had a great look in his eye, and he drilled it.
Great play by the defense all around today again.
Yeah, I thought the defense did a great job, really throughout this ball game. There were a couple of drives at the end of the game they'd like to have back. But again, give Philadelphia credit. They got a lot of good players over there. They got a really good coaching staff and a really good football team. And they weren't going to go away. It was a hard-fought game. And again, I thought our guys scratched and clawed and fought and made plenty of plays to win the game on the defensive side.
3rd and 7, do you know that they're coming after you? I mean, is that, even if they were before that snap, you call the timeout thing, were you waiting?
You're talking about the last
Yes.
one? Yeah, you would anticipate that in that situation. So you try to have options within your past patterns that give you good answers against heat, give you good answers against the different kinds of zone covers that they might play. And again, they heated us up, and he threw it to the right guy. And again, that's not how you design it. Obviously, you don't want the tip ball and all that, but we did anticipate that, and those guys responded well to make a play.
You're talking about.
Was that as active as your tight ends have been in a while? I mean, it seemed like they were making a lot of plays.
Yeah, they really did. And again, a real tribute to Dak. I thought he did a good job reading through things and getting the ball to the right guy at different times. Blake Jarwin really came up big over and over and over again, made some contested catches, made some strong runs after the catch, so made some positive plays. And then Schultz at the end, a big play on that last drive.
Why was this 4th and 1 different than the Houston 4th and 1?
Go get him,
Yeah,
Garrett.
again, if you watch the games and you feel the games, they dictate a lot of the decisions. So I don't want to dredge up Houston, but I think we stopped them 9 straight times in Houston, and we didn't block them real well in Houston, and it was about 4th and 2. And so we decided to play to our defense in that game. And in this game, I think we had over 500 yards of offense, and we're driving the ball, and we had the ball for 45-plus minutes. So it's nice sometimes with the analytics guys, they sit up in a vacuum and say, you should go for this, you shouldn't go for it. But ultimately, these decisions are made by guys who are seeing the game and feeling the game, and they're executed by men who have been playing the game.
5 straight wins. How reminiscent of is this from the run you all went on with Dak in his rookie year?
If you're around here much, I don't really compare much. We're just banging away. We're scratching and clawing each and every day to prepare the right way and play the right way. This is a hard-fought game against a really good football team. They're the defending champs, and they got great players over there, and they got great pride and character on their team, and they're really well coached. So I was proud of our guys that we scratched and clawed and battled the way we did and played with the kind of spirit that we did.
Do you have any idea at this point how serious Zach Martin's injury is?
He hurt his knee. It appears like it's the same knee that he's been dealing with all year long. So, talk about a tough individual. Talk about a guy who inspires his teammates and his coaches. He's something else. So we'll see how it is tonight and tomorrow and make the assessment going forward.
You're talking about how tough Dak is, and time again, you see where it looks like he's struggling, and he rises in the 4th to respond. Yeah. After the 2 interceptions and the fumble today, does he say anything to you? Does he say anything?
Yeah, he just
to the
has a
team?
great look about him. He's one of those guys that, have some success, keep going, have some adversity, keep going. He's a tremendous leader. The guys look at him. He's got this look in his eye like, hey, don't worry about me. I'm going to keep coming. And he did that. And he'd like to have those plays back, but he did a lot of really good things in and around those plays for a lot of this ball game. And then he came up with the critical plays at the critical moments.
You talk about how well you handled third downs in each direction tonight.
Yeah, it was huge.
Ugly but deadly. We got it, baby.
We were 10 out of 19. Anytime you're over 50% and you make 10 third downs in a game, that's pretty good. Again, against a good football team. And on the other side, I thought our defense did a great job just simply getting off the field. I think a lot of those were fairly manageable too. And I just think we defended well, we rushed well, and made a lot of plays on contested balls. And that was going to be critical in this game.
You have a 2-game lead in the East and the tiebreakers, and I know you're not going to change things wildly, but what does that mean for a team that was 3-5?
Let's go. Resiliency.
The biggest thing we got to do is there's a ton of stuff in this game we got to clean up. So we'll do that as coaches tomorrow, and the players will come back in on Tuesday and get back to work. And so this was a good win for our football team, but our eyes are forward.
You said these guys are inspirational to you, and why is that?
I just get a chance to be around them every day. I see them come in and work the way they work in meetings and walkthroughs and practice. I see how they care about each other and how much they love each other, how much they like to compete together. And then I see it every week in games. The NFL is tough. You're going to have some success, you're going to have some adversity, and how these guys get stronger and closer as you fight through the adversity each week and you fight through the adversity of the season. That's inspirational to me. I feel fortunate to be around them.
When Zeke went out, did he get tested for a concussion?
Concussion or a neck. I think that was the issue.
Let's go, Cowboy Nation.
All right, good to see you.
That's the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, Jason Garrett. Cowboys beat the Eagles 29-23. A lot to discuss. 877-881-1053. The phone's brought to you by AT&T. More for your thing. That's their thing. Chris Arnold coming up with Zeke Elliott. Also, Amari Cooper all on the way. Dallas Cowboys football will continue.
And now. Yes, indeed. Thank everybody for tuning in. You guys know you got to get this thing going one way or another, right? Yes. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's get this thing going one way or another. Yes. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's go. Y'all see it, baby. All we got to do now is continue to do our game, continue to do our thing. Let's get this thing going. Let's get ready for war. Let's get this thing going one way or another. You guys know this is our time. This is our time to get this thing going one way. Let's get this thing going, Cowboy Nation. Guys, y'all hear it, y'all know it, y'all feel it, and we already know we rolling. Just like everybody that was with us when we were 3-5, and they still with us now. Rise up to the occasion. Let's get this thing going, baby. Yes. Yes. Let's go, baby. Skip. Tomorrow gonna be a heavy crump. Yes! Feels good. Don't it feel good, Cowboy Nation? Yes, indeed. Let's stand up out your seat. Let's continue to go with this win. We got this thing. We already know that this is Sparta! Yes! Let's go, Cowboy Nation. They always kind of bring us out, but we got this thing going one way or another. And all for all of the Philadelphia Eagles fans, let me just tell you one thing right here. Fatality. Yes. Amari Cooper. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. stage to bring it. He not folding up at all. Let's go, Cowboys. Let's get this thing going. You already know how we're gonna rock and roll this thing. Hey.
Just some eye-popping stats for you in this game with former Dallas Cowboy Jesse Holley. I am Amari Temke. The postgame show brought to you by Canopy Sports and Outdoors, a store with top brands like Adidas, Shimano, Rawlings, Columbia. All guaranteed prices like you've never seen. Visit in-store or at academy.com. Dak Prescott, 42 of 54. That's a 78% completion percentage, Jess. 455 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, took 3 sacks, also had a fumble. Yes. But in the fourth quarter and overtime, Jess, Dak Prescott was 17 of 20 for 243 yards and 3 touchdowns. That stat courtesy of Bobby Belt on Twitter. So when it mattered most, Dak Prescott was on fire. 17 of 20, 243 and 3 touchdowns in that fourth quarter and overtime for the Dallas Cowboys.
The intangibles.
I think there were times in this game where you looked at Dak Prescott and you scratched your head. And if you are of the foul language type, may have said a couple choice words.
Maybe.
And I'm not here to pile on to the negative of Dak Prescott because there's enough of that to go around.
Yes, true that.
And I want to give credit where credit is due across the board today.
Right.
Dak Prescott made some really big throws.
He did.
Some huge throws. But this game shouldn't have been this close.
Yeah, he left a lot of throws on the tables. He had overthrows. I mean, he was inconsistent.
This game should not have been anywhere near this close when you talk about the turnovers and the missed throws and the miscues from the quarterback position.
He made up for his
now,
bad
he made
plays,
up for
though.
it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, a lot of times, all that matters is the end result, 29-23, and to making the throws. But it just, from a former player's perspective, I think about playoffs. And I think about potentially running into a team who can play lights-out offense. And I think about when you go into these games, you can't leave those type of points on the board. You can't have those type of opportunities because what you had today was, the defense got a little bit tired.
They did.
And they can't make every single play every single time. And when if you're going to separate yourself from the average group of quarterbacks, if you're going to put yourself in the elite group of quarterbacks, you have to be more consistent and you have to go and win games without the overtime. Now, listen, winning cures all. Winning is hard to do in the National Football League, and they did it today. Kudos, they made the throws, they made the plays when they had to make them to win a football game.
They did.
But sometimes you aren't afforded that. When you get down into the red zone, when you have wide open receivers, you got to make the throws, and you can't be this inconsistent on throws that shouldn't happen and turn the ball over. You can't. The numbers, we talk about the turnover margins. When you turn the ball over 2 and 3 plus times a game, statistics say, and I know some people don't believe about the analytics guys or the numbers, but the long history of the NFL says when you turn the ball over, when you lose a turnover battle, you lose football games.
80% of the time, it's even higher when you're -2 or more in the turnover ratio. The Cowboys have now won 2 straight where they're minus in the turnover ratio, but you're right. I mean,
True that.
We can look at Dak Prescott's numbers, 78% completion percentage, and what's crazy is he missed a lot of throws. Michael Gallup twice that might have ended the game earlier. Cole Beasley missed him in the end zone, overthrew him. So, it's funny because statistics in this game for Dak Prescott could tell you 2 different stories. 17 of 20 for 243 yards and 3 touchdowns. The fourth quarter overtime is really, really good, but he left a lot of yards, a lot of points on the board, and in many ways they were saved by great play, transcendent play from Zeke Elliott, from Amari Cooper, and also, I'll tell you, Blake Jarwin, seven big receptions for 56 yards, and it seemed like a lot of third down conversions for him.
Yeah.
Just an odd game because of just the discrepancy of 11 penalties on the Cowboys for 111 yards, -2 in the turnover ratio. Then you look at the time of possession. They had basically twice as much time of possession. So, the common theme for this team in their last 5 games, this 5-game winning streak, has been overcoming mistakes. And they did that again tonight. But to your point, it's really tough to look down the road and look at this team in the playoffs to think that they can win games like this.
Listen, if you want to keep putting yourself up against that type of luck, against that type of chance, then it's going to come down to one day an official having to make a call for you to win a game, or you're needing a spectacular play. When the opportunity presents itself for you not to have to struggle through a game, you shouldn't struggle through a game. When you're supposed to make certain plays, and I'm not just talking about Dak, I'm talking about the team in general, you can't have the Randy Gregory penalties. You can't have the consistent holding penalties. Yeah. You can't have these little miscues that allow you or that don't allow you to be positive in what you want to do. And penalties are drive killers. Just pre-snap ones, the holding penalties, those are absolute drive killers. And again, we look at the playoff forecast. You're going to probably have to play in New Orleans Saints again. Now, you held them to 10 points last time. Do you do that again? I don't know. You're probably going to have to play a Rams team.
True that.
Do you hold them to 10 points? I don't know. But I know if you lose a turnover battle to those guys and you give those guys opportunities after opportunity after opportunity, the likelihood of them beating you grows greater and greater and greater. And as good as your defense has played, and they have played fantastic, I want to be a hot boy. I got my hot boy hat. Now, I want to be in the hot boys. How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys?
At some point in time, be their savior. Don't put everything on them all the time when you don't have to.
It's Jesse Holley. I'm Ari Temke. The postgame show brought to you by Albertsons, the official supermarket of the Dallas Cowboys. We'll hear from Dak Prescott in a moment, but after the game, our own Chris Arnold was able to catch up with Zeke Elliott in the locker room.
Zeke!
I know this is crazy, but they said it wasn't going to be easy. How hard was this game today for y'all to knock this out?
It was tough. It was a grind. But honestly, I believe we did it to ourselves. I mean, I think we were up early in the first half, and we were up 9-0, and we turned the ball over a couple of times in the red zone. We got to be better. Like I said last week, just when we get our foot on their throat, just kind of finishing them off and finishing the game.
Could you talk about that last play, what you saw on the pass completion where Dak won the game in overtime? Your emotions, your feelings when you saw what happened, and explain it.
They ran an all-out blitz, zero blitz. Every wide receiver was one-on-one. I don't know if that was the best call because our wide receivers are way better than our DB. So, and we hurt them, we scored. So,
It's never easy taking out the Super Bowl champ. Were those guys tougher this time around? Or, was there anything different than the last time you guys beat them?
I think we just let them linger around. That's the problem. We let them linger around. I think we could have shut the game out way earlier in the game. But all that matters is that we fought. We went and got that win, and we got to learn from our mistakes and move on to this next opponent.
Finally, you had 113 yards rushing, 83 yards receiving. How spent are you? And what about your head on that leading with the helmet concussion thing? Your head feel?
I'm a little tired, but I didn't have a concussion. I went out because I had a stinger. I lost a little feel in my arm, came back, got back in the game, but I'm spent for sure. That's what happens when you have 40 touches in the game. But I'll do anything for these guys. These guys inspire me the way they fight, and I'm gonna go out there and fight for them. So whatever I need to do to go out there and help these guys get a win, I'm gonna do.
Thanks, Dick.
Zeke Elliott, Chris Arnold, and Jesse, you were just talking about it. Really good point by Zeke Elliott and calling out the Eagles' defensive backs, the coverage they were trying to beat the Cowboys with.
Now, Jim Schwartz is a guy who's going to be a blitzing type of guy. But Zeke Elliott made a great point. I don't know if that was a great call. Our receivers are way better than your DBs. And
yeah, true that.
That was an all or nothing call. That was our season is on the line. If we get it, great. If we don't, we're going home and this thing is over with. And they were, close. Because even if he doesn't intercept it, if he knocks it down, they kick a field goal potentially, and then the Eagles have a chance to come down and score a touchdown. But Amari Cooper, a Merry Christmas to all. Amari Christmas to all. Amari Christmas to all. Think about how good of an athlete you have to be going full speed one way, put the brakes on, have the mental fortitude and athleticism to come back, get the football, and score a touchdown to win the game. Amari Cooper to all, and to all a good night.
There's no question the difference this guy's made to their offense, just in terms of how teams have to defend them. But we've seen now 2 games where he's absolutely exploded offensively, and it's almost as if in the second half, in the fourth quarter, you've got an opportunity to key in on that guy. He's so good at winning battles, especially one-on-one situations, and that's what happened. Amari Cooper, 10 receptions, 217 yards, and 3 touchdowns as we're awaiting Dak Prescott. Prescott, though, again, 78% completion percentage, 455 yards, 3 touchdowns. Did have the 3 turnovers, including 2 interceptions, but 17 of 20, 243 and 3 touchdowns. And like you said, saved by Amari Cooper, saved by Zeke Elliott, who also contributed 40 touches for 194 yards.
I guess this is why they call it a team game, right? Because if it was tennis, you know, by himself, he'd have been in some trouble. But this is one thing you say about this football team is their ability to galvanize together in these type moments right here. It's you don't see people pointing fingers. You don't hear the bickering and moaning. You see these guys just say, you know what, next play, let's go do it. And I don't know if I don't know who to attribute that to. It's a young group, and I think that's a huge thing about this group being so young is there's no separation. And what do I mean? When you have a mixed group, you got these older set of guys who may be somewhere else, and the other guys may be somewhere else. We'll get back to that point, but right now we have your starting quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott, at the podium. Much better
in a game like this, Dak.
Everywhere, honestly. I don't know if there's one word that sums up all the emotions I felt tonight and all the emotions that I guess overcame me right there at the end of the game. But I'm excited for one. Excited and just thankful for this team we have. This team, this coaching staff, and be able to continue to fight. And when things were up, things were down, a team that never wavered, that never blinked, that never doubted us coming out on top. I'm thankful for that, honestly.
Where does that never waver, never blink, never doubt come from?
Just the group of men we have. I mean, just the commitment we made to each other going way back into this offseason, and just the commitment that we continued to make throughout this season, even when things were bad, when we were 3-5. Just being able to stick together and knowing that the team we had, the talent we had, the guys that we had, that we could see ourselves in this position, and even with a tough game like tonight, to be able to come out on top when things were up and down. Nobody ever blinked.
Can you take us through that last play, the touchdown to Amari?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're bringing all out. We knew they were bringing everybody. Made the protection call. Offensive line did a great job. I think a couple of guys probably made Superman blocks, blocking 2 people at once. And just knew I had to get the ball out. And the defender actually played it pretty well, being inside right there. But Amari running his route, being strong, was still able to go make an attempt at that, and ball popped right back up into his hands, and it was just great.
Has Amari been even better than what you expected when the trade happened?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, as I said, I've seen this guy play for a long time. I mean, playing against him in college, I knew just how great he was. I was almost, I guess I can say, I'm astonished that we were able to get that trade. And so I guess if you say that, I'm like, well, if we're getting a trade like that, what's wrong? And then to get him and to see everything turning out and playing out the way it is, we're very, very fortunate.
What were your thoughts when you realized you really were going for that 4th and 1?
I never doubted that Coach Garrett would go for that 4th and 1. Our backs have been against the wall for a few weeks now, and it's always, and he preaches how it's about going forward, going around, going over our obstacle, whatever we have to do. And I think that exemplified that right there. In overtime, 4th and 1. Believing in his guys and just us going out there believing in each other and being able to execute and Zeke another hard 2-yard run to keep the game going and give ourselves a chance.
For a better quarter, three quarters, you had 2 interceptions and a fumble.
Right.
What flipped?
Nothing. I mean, honestly, I just stayed true to myself, stayed true to what I was doing, and didn't get down on myself. And as I said, I mean, I credit my teammates, my coaches, everybody just believing in me and letting me know that on the sideline. Going in that overtime, I mean, I told Cooper Rush after the game, he said, don't blink, you're the best at it, and that meant a lot to me at that moment, just to go out there and know a guy that I mean, in a way, compete with for jobs, you know what I mean? I mean, a guy that we put in a shared commitment, and just for him to say that was just a simple, like, he's got my back, this whole team's got my back, and that was special.
Did your mind flash back at all to your rookie year against these guys in OT?
It did. When we went out there to the coin toss, it did. And I said, well, some things, you know, just kind of happened that way, and I said, well, I guess we've got to go finish it off the right way, and we're able to do that.
What has changed for you in the 4th quarter? I mean, it seemed like you, on this win streak, you've had strong 4th quarter drives, and game-winning drive just like today, and certainly you were lights out in the 4th quarter and overtime tonight.
I mean, as I said, I'm never going to give up. I'm never going to stop. And when you have teammates and you have coaches like you do that support you and that push you and believe in you and everything, that no matter what goes on, no matter the interceptions, no matter the fumbles, they've always got your back. It just allows me to just keep my eyes forward and stay focused on my goal, and I've just been able to do that here.
What's going through your mind when Maher's jogging out there to attempt a 62-yard field goal?
No doubt about it. I've seen him hit it before, and I knew he was fired up. He missed that one earlier, and I knew that bothered him. I knew he wanted to go out there and redeem himself. He's done that actually a bunch. I mean, maybe not a bunch. I shouldn't say that, but a few times, missing one early and coming back and making a huge kick for us. And that was just another example of that. And that just shows the heart of that guy. I missed one earlier. I shouldn't have missed, but I'm gonna come out here and make a 62-yarder that the team needs, and great kick.
Which of those mistakes early on for you are you going to hurry back and see what you did wrong and want to change it? Which one bothers you the most?
I mean, I know what I did wrong on all of them. I mean, I guess I guess the sack fumble. I mean, I know the first interception. I mean, the guy made a good play. He came off of a corner route right there on the tight end and made a good play. I guess I can say I could have thrown it earlier or whatever, but I mean, that was a good play by that guy. And then later, I just completely missed the throw. I mean, it was just a high throw on the 4 route. It was the right place to go. It was the right read. And just missed that throw. But I've got to stop. I've got to stop fumbling the ball in the pocket, point blank, period. So that's one that's going to bother me.
Well, Dak, Jason talked about the resiliency of this team and fighting through adversity. How do you, as a person, keep the mental toughness to just say, hey, I got to keep moving forward?
Yeah, it's easy. I've been through a lot in life, and I've never questioned anything, never asked why on anything. I've just always believed in my purpose, and just been able to keep pushing forward. And today was special. Today was a special day, emotional day. I mean, I had two friends here, Kendrell and Zane, and they just mean a lot to me. And just to see those guys before the game and just everything that they've been through in their personal life. I actually wrote a K and a Z on my arm, and I looked at that all fourth quarter long, knowing the adversity that I suffered or the adversity I had early in the game, and just kind of used those guys as inspiration, just to get me through that fourth, and knowing those are two young men that are watching me. And it's important for me to go out there and be my best.
You gave those cleats away. Just talk about doing that and making their day before the game.
Yeah, I mean, Kendrell, he actually designed those cleats, so that was special. And I credit Kendrell for giving one of the cleats to Zane. I mean, that shows his character and the guy he is. So I mean, as I said, those guys inspire me so much. I mean, this is as I said, it was an emotional game, it was a special game, a special week for me to be nominated, being one of the Walter Payton Man of the Year nominees meant a lot to me. I'm not somebody that really weighs a lot in, I guess, on awards and things like that. But anytime you get noticed for things you do and your heart off the field, I take a lot of pride in that. So that meant a lot for me just to be able to see those guys, two young men that I give credit for allowing me to even be a nominee for the Walter Payton Man of the Year. As I said, they're just a huge inspiration to me, and it was just important for me to give those guys those cleats.
You guys were 3-5 at midseason. Now you got a 2-game lead in the East with 3 to go. How did that happen?
3 more games, baby.
As I said, we've never wavered. We never blinked. We knew the team we had in training camp, and we knew the team we had when we were 3-5. And we didn't stop. We're never going to stop. As I said, our backs are against the wall, and our backs are still against the walls. Regardless of whatever lead we have, this is a team with a mindset and mentality that wants to go one way, and that's forward. We're going to continue to do that no matter what we have to do.
You said you knew Amari was good, but did you know he would have this type of impact on the offense and what he's opened up for you in the passing game?
Yeah, I mean, he's an incredible player. As I said, I knew he was good. I knew he was going to be able to get separation and get open and make great catches. But when you just see the run after catch, him breaking tackles, and just being that great of a player, as I said, I'm just thankful we got that trade.
What were your thoughts on Zeke's day today?
Hard fought game. Ezekiel Elliott game. I mean, a lot of bruising runs, a lot of short runs that turned into a little bit longer runs as the game went on. I mean, credit the offensive line for giving him holes, but he was just physical and dominating all game long. Nothing short of what Zeke's been doing all year long.
Dak, in terms of winning the NFC East, what does this victory do for your grip on that?
One more time.
In terms of winning the NFC East, what does this victory do toward that goal?
I mean, I guess it gets us one step closer. Simple as that. But, I mean, our focus is on next week, and that's Indy. And we're worried about that. And I know if we go in there and we get that win, it gives us a better chance of doing that. So that's our focus, is going to get another win next week.
Well, talking about Indy, obviously they upset Houston's 9-game winning streak today. You know that's a tough place to play, and it's certainly going to be a big challenge again next Sunday.
I've never played there. So, I mean, looking forward to it, looking forward to going on the road. As I said, we've got a great team that's got a great mentality and mindset right now, and we're just looking forward, and they're next, and they're on our way.
Do you feel like you guys answered Grugier Hill at all? Haha, there you go. Good time.
Congratulations, Jack.
Prescott right here on the Dallas Cowboys radio network. The Cowboys beat the Eagles 29-23. Dallas Cowboys football will continue in a moment.
Yes, indeed, man. Hey, it's Crunk, man, and all we got to do, man, is just take one game at a time. Let's get this thing going one way or another. All we doing is just winning these games one at a time, and we are already at the halfway. We got 3 more games to go. 3 more games to go. And somebody put in the chat box, what is our record? Put it in the chat box. What is our record? And I can go into more details of how that is just helping us out collectively, because I can argue now the fact that we are so close to this thing being like one of those winning seasons, right? And it's been since the 90s. Since we had 3 consecutive winning years. And that's just one thing that I must say to you all. Hey, it is what it is. For those who've been with this channel and with this team since we were 3 and 5, y'all know it's a long, hard fought battle fighting for this team and letting people know that, hey, pump the brakes a little bit. If one thing can happen, if this thing can happen, then just maybe, the nation can understand that it takes time for things to develop. Now, was this a nice game by Dak Prescott? No. It was not one of those nice, wonderful games by Dak Prescott. No, it's not that. But what it was just one of those games where he did enough to make the win. Now, it's crazy because let's look at it from this aspect too. The kid that won 30 games. Yes, the kid that won 30 games. Let me see if I can send it out to him. All right, so yes, just click the invitation. It's on your Twitter. On the Twitter. And we'll be right back. Okay. All right. So appreciate you guys. Let's go. Chaz, thank you for making the donation to help grow the nation with the dedication and everything for this nation. Let's go. He said, I will be in the Indianapolis game. I will try to stream it there and monitor everything. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. Yes. Send him the same link. Yes, you can. Yes. Let me see. Yes. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. We, in a few seconds, will have Okoye Media in the mix. Another guy, he's an Eagles fan. His name is Brunson. I think that's his name. That's what Okoye, he wanted me to do a little deal with him. He's want to put out what he think of the game, the Eagles game, or what have you. And then we're still tuned back into this 105.3 The Fan. If you have radio.com, you can go to their website, type in 105.3 The Fan.
They lead the league in passing yards per attempt. They aren't afraid to throw the ball all around the football field, whether it's Fitzmagic or whether it's Jameis Winston, who got in a fight today with his offensive lineman. I don't know. I got to read more into that.
What? It's not good when you're fighting with your own team.
And then you play a ready-to-quit Giants football team. So, again, this football team, this Cowboys football team, playing a great brand of football defensively. Some inconsistencies offensively. And if we looked at this schedule at the beginning of the year, we would have thought, at the end of the year, this is going to be a cakewalk. But Andrew Luck is second in the National Football League in touchdown passes. T.Y. Hilton had 199 yards today.
And a win over the Texans, by the way.
Broke their 9-game winning streak. So this thing isn't out of the water yet. This team still has to show up and play each and every week for the next 3 weeks. They can't sleep. They can't read their press clippings. They can't take a deep breath. They can't do any of that because they're facing 3 teams. Again, the Colts being the next team, offensively, can go and score points, who has a quarterback who right now is second in the National Football League behind
I don't care about that because they're not playing no defense.
The postgame show brought to you by Susan G. Komen. Learn how the Dallas Cowboys and Susan G. Komen are fighting to end breast cancer. Visit Komen.org/I promise. Let's welcome the voice of the Dallas Cowboys, Brad Sham, to the postgame show.
Thank you very much. So first of all,
You have your heart medicine? Take it today?
I'm Danny Glover in Lethal Weapon 4. I'm too old for this. Fill in the blank. How'd you get the Hot Boys hat?
They say if you ask, you shall receive.
Who'd you ask?
Someone walked by with a Hot Boys hat on, and I said,
And what is it that you're? It looks like it's sitting on a pumpkin or something. What is it sitting on the top of? You got a bun wrapped up there?
Because I still am able to grow hair all the way around down my back.
Yeah.
Every now and again, I
Brad
start up and I put it in the bun.
Okay.
So it's in a bun, and I
That might have been a shot.
Get him, Brad. Get him.
I know. I've got some hair. I'm happy.
Get him, Brad.
I sit on top of the man.
Don't mess with the legend.
Yeah.
With the people should see you in your gray, your bright green, naughty, nice, whatever, with nice spelled out in candy canes.
Yes.
T-shirt with his headset.
Get him, Brad.
And the bun.
Come
and
on.
the Hot Boys hat on top of the bun.
And he's been wishing everybody an Amari Christmas today.
Yes,
Amari Christmas.
I hear
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah,
You can
and
use that. Amari Christmas to all a good night.
Yeah.
Amari Christmas
Thank
and
you,
a
Amari.
happy
Thank
Dak
you, yes,
year.
I'll wait till.
Did they win the game? Because all I know is
I have no idea.
There were so many things that happened.
Man.
Safety's the only thing I didn't see.
True.
True that.
Or a miscue on special teams. No punt returns or kickoff returns for touchdowns.
Not
but you're
for
right.
touchdowns, but
Right.
they gave up. Beasley had a
They're Law
14-yard
Nation.
punt return that helped.
What's
but I
up,
think they
man?
Gave up a return to
Nothing
Sproles.
to you,
and put him
man.
in good position. What a
Let me
crazy-
turn
11
my-
penalties,
my music
111
down in the
yards. They were
background.
minus
What's
2 in the
good?
turnover differential.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
What's
had
good
to
with
turn
you,
the
man?
mighty Brad Sham down to get you on in here, man. See, so I already know you guys ready to talk about this thing. I guess Cowboys versus.
I'll bust young boy up real quick, get him out of here so we can go back to celebrate. We shouldn't share the victory with the losers, but we're gonna let them talk for a little while.
Let them talk, man. We do this all day, even twice on Sunday, man. This is how we get down, get put into this thing, man. So
Yes,
who's
sir.
the guy, man? What's going on? Talk to me.
The guy Laura Brunson.
Yeah,
I really don't know him. Somebody told me about him. Honestly, he was online, going in, kind of talking some trash about Cowboys fans not being intellectual and so on. And somebody just added me on him on one of his videos. Marcus Callaway added me at one of his videos and was like, "Listen, man, can you shut this guy up for me, please?" I said, "Sure. If the situation calls for it, I got you."
It's all good, man. Whenever we try to educations for the nations, it's always good, man. It's always there, man. The dedication is always there to educate the nation. You already know how this thing goes.
You already know. There's no other way for it to go.
Yes, indeed. But shout out to him, man. Where he at?
I sent him the link, so he should be jumping on shortly, I guess.
Tell
I
him,
sent it to him.
tell him, look, be on time. I just playing with you.
On time.
I just
Exactly.
playing with you, man. But shout out to everybody that's in the chat box, man. Thank you all who's tuning in right now. Is Okoye Media. He does film breakdown, film sessions. He's very knowledgeable of the game, especially as it relates to like the wide receiver play, defensive back play, those type of skill sets out there. The guy just knowledgeable of all things. I ain't gonna discount you anyway, man.
As you are. That's
I'm
the only
discounting
reason
him.
we cool, man. We both on the same page with it. You already know. Oh, hold on. Listen, I'm switching cameras, right? So
No, that's all good.
should I jump back off and jump back on? How should I do that?
You can switch live camera live. It's all good.
I just did, but
You
it's
just
still
did.
showing.
Still
It's not
showing
showing
black.
me though. Yeah, you can you see me?
Let me see. Out of the
Nope.
nights that cover me.
All right, I'm going to jump off and jump right back on.
Do your thing, fam. I'm here. I'm all day free. Y'all see my TV in the background. Shout out to those who making the donation to help grow the nation. I really appreciate it, man. As we begin to listen to what they have to say.
Tough game next week against a team that is fighting for their playoff life, but I think they'll win at least another game before the
All right,
end of
there
the
we go.
year, and
doubt,
so
no doubt.
Clinch this thing.
Should do it.
I'm optimistic.
But yeah,
about that, at least.
you won't be able to use his cross post, right? You only can cross post 2 at a time, right?
Right. I didn't even cross post it, man. I was still live on my page. So I mean,
all
you
good.
can hit live on yours, and it can go to your page. and
I
he
don't
can
know how
go
to do
live.
that. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it when we on Hangouts. I know how to do it only from YouTube Direct. So I can go on YouTube and just live it out just like that.
Yeah, you can live it out just like that so that everybody can know.
And it'll see the same install. I'll be on Hangouts and YouTube at the same time. It'll see it.
As long as you logged into Hangout, you got to make it public, though.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I already have my Law Nation 1.0 and 2.0 live lit, locked and loaded. They can listen to you right now. Who else we have here? One for each. They said Brunson, 455 yards passing for Dak and Amari. Yes, shout out to y'all, man. Oh, man. Triple X, man. I can't read that one out. But shout out to you. Oh, man. Marcus Calloway, yes, sir. Money Making Mall, appreciate you, man. Thank you for tuning in. Patrick, thank you all for tuning in. Yes, indeed, man. Let's go, man. Cowboy Nation all day, every day. But let me know once you jump in, man, and we're going to listen back into this thing right here.
All right, I got you.
Yes, indeed. Unless you got some. Well, give me what you thought about the game, man. Talk to me.
Oh, man. While I'm setting this up, I'll go straight through. Vosh just hit me up and asked me the same thing, man. It was a beautiful, ugly win.
Let me send Vosh the link again, too, because he got the link, too. We can make it a party.
It was pretty ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty ugly is the perfect phrase for it. We did a lot of great things in the first 3 quarters, other than score. Like, I think offensively, Dak is kind of being carried by this defense, to be honest with you.
True that.
That's honest. We gave away too many easy opportunities. This game feels good because we won, we won out, but it shouldn't have been close. Shouldn't have been a close game at all.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It should have been, man, the game could have been easily like, I can give us this like 28-0 or 28-3 or something like that.
Facts. I don't know if they can hear you on my live, though. I don't think they can hear you.
They're not able to hear me?
Can you guys hear Law Nation on this live stream?
All right, so let me see how I can do this. They're probably not going to be able to hear me unless you put me on speaker. Then you're going to hear reverb, I guess. See if you can go speaker on your end.
Hold on.
That's right.
That's all good. Hold on. All right, so if I give you the keys, right, the stream key, would that work? Can you just go and can we shut down and jump back on again?
Yeah, what you would do in this fashion, Okoye, you would shoot me the stream key via the Twitterverse.
Okay,
Don't put
I'm gonna send it to you right now. All right, I'm gonna send it to you right now.
Yeah.
All right, I'll send it to you right now. I got you.
Salute, bro. All right, so that's going to send me the thing. I will play this.
$1 each.
It's still on commercial. Shout out to everyone, man. This is going to be like a post-game talk show where we talk about, the Cowboys and things like that. And we're going to talk about what went wrong, what went right, and things like that. Appreciate you. He said he hear both of us, but I'm talking about live on his page. Koye.
Yeah, not on my page. They can hear me on yours.
Yeah, the only way you can't do it from you need a mix board. You need a mixer.
Yep.
Yes. Michael said we took care of business. Yes, we did. Pump it up. Yes, we did. Allah, what's good with you, man? Koye is already sweating. What's going on?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed, fam.
Oh, that's that wine, man.
That wine. You must got the red wine.
And I got the heat on.
Oh, man. Yeah, you in Philly, though, right?
Oh, yeah. It's cold.
Oh, man. You're a brave soldier, baby. What, you got Dallas all over your body?
Oh, yeah. I ain't out in public, though. And not no more. I was earlier, They had to get out of Buffalo Wild Wings before a fight broke out.
Oh, okay. You let them know that, hey, I talked to Dill, but them hands official too, right? You got to let them know.
Oh, yeah. That's always. That's always.
Yes, indeed, man.
Them hands is official.
I may bleed silver and blue, but them hands, better watch out for them. All right, so did you send it to my Deal already?
Yep, you need the server URL and the stream key or just the stream key?
Nah, man. I can figure out the rest. Let me see what I got, man. I'm a second generation IT guy. I can figure out some things. I appreciate those who've been tuning in to the show, man. Thank y'all. Thank you.
There you go.
Yes.
All right, I just sent it to you.
I got it. I got you, fam. All right, so we're gonna do that here. Copy right here. And we're gonna go to the title. And we're We're going to see how we can do this thing, baby. Appreciate those, man, that's in this thing, man. Let's continue to grow this thing. Go ahead, give them your thoughts while I'm hooking this up, man.
Like I said, I'm not going to beat Dak up too bad because they won the game when it counted. He did throw for more yards than 200 finally. 250. He threw for more than 300 finally. So I can't really complain about that. But the turnovers and the way it's not even about the turnovers because I'm all about him taking shots. I am. I really like him taking shots. But the way we played in the red zone to me was just, it was scary, man, because playing the Eagles this way, it wasn't a close game, really. We shut them out for 3 quarters, and it should have been a blowout where we can pin our ears back and just rip on Wentz all night. They had some crazy calls, like one of the holding calls on Tyron Smith was ridiculous in the first half, and then they had another where Randy Gregory sacked Wentz. That was a sack. You're allowed to wrap a guy up. I know you can't spear him low. You can't, drive into his legs with force low, but he didn't do that. He was on the ground. He grabbed the guy's legs and brought him down, and they called a penalty for it. Zeke's putting his head down because the guy's lowering his head to his knees. Puts his head down to protect his knees. I know that they don't want him spearing guys, but he put his head down to protect his knees, hurt himself, and wound up getting called for a penalty. It was like every opportunity that they had. And it wasn't just one side of the ball. They gave it to us too. But the referees were playing too much of a role in this game for my liking. I just didn't like that. But outside of that, I think we played, superb defense. I'm not mad at the fact that they put up 23 points on us. We played superb defense considering the circumstances that they were under for most of that game. Because honestly, with the 3 turnovers, this game could have easily been a lopsided victory for the Eagles if our defense was even average, even slightly above average. This defense would have gave up 30, 40 points tonight. The fact that we didn't, it just hats goes off to Chris Richard, Rod Marinelli, and then the rest of the defensive staff. I think we played excellent on defense. But I said this before the game, that we have if we were looking at Madden, we're like a 95 overall defensively, 70 overall offensively. But it balances itself out because the defense makes up for some of the offensive woes. And that spoke very loud tonight. Like, that was obvious tonight.
Yeah. So there's some good points right there, man. Real good points, man. I can't complain about those, man. If we can just take care of business in those fashions, then we will see things happen in the right direction for us, man. Real talk.
That's a fact.
Yes, indeed, man.
How you doing over there with the cross post? You good?
Man, it's almost there. It's giving me a little problem. I might have to shut one of these streams down. I got Law Nation 2.0 going. For those who are on Law Nation 2.0, you might have to jump off. And let me try it one more time. Go one more time. Bam. Add channel. Invalid channel URL. Backup server. Bad channel URL.
Boom.
You there? You live?
Yeah. Oh no, I didn't even look.
You said
I was
boom.
saying boom
I thought
I poured my wine.
You poured the wine.
I poured the wine. I was like, boom.
All right. So let me see. Oh, my goodness, it's not allowing me to do it live on the fly. So this is what we may have to do. I have to shut the entire stream, both of them down, in order to bring it back up. And I hate to have people, everybody coming back and logging back in. So is there a way that you probably have to do? The other guy got the link so far, or no?
Yeah, he has the link. I sent it to him.
All right, so
he should be ready for us.
Yeah, let me see how in the world is going on with this thing. Yes, indeed. So, guys, how y'all feel, man, about the rest of the game, man? We got 3 more games left. If we fool around and win all 3, we'll be 11-5. That would be crazy, right?
Man, we can do 11-5 now, man. That was the last of the. I mean, I think the Colts are tough. They can beat anybody the way they're playing right now, but I think we're teamed up enough to deal with them. Tampa Bay still playing pretty tough, pretty good football, and when we have to play the Giants one more time.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we got to play those guys one time. So I mean, the Giants are playing like, hey, we finding our groove. We getting things back to where we want it to be at this point. So the Giants might be able to really play us hard during their last game, depending on what needs to be done for us. It could be one of those trap games, real talk.
I think every game throughout the rest of the season is going to be a trap game because of the Saints game. You know, anytime you beat a team like the Saints, yeah, your confidence is going to go one way, and that's a good thing. It's a double-edged sword. It's a good thing and a bad thing. It's great that we have confidence, but it's bittersweet because now we have to really be able to play up to the level that we're expected to play, and we have to play sound football. And I think we're primed to do it. There was a great game. I think defensively we're calling plays better than I've seen us play in a long time. We're playing better on the defensive side of the ball than I've ever seen us play since I was a kid. Maybe even better than that. I don't think we've ever had a team where you talk more about, except for the Doomsday defense, maybe, where you talk more about our defense than you do the offense. I think our defense is where it's at right now. Offensively, if we had just an average offense, we'd be rolling through teams. I think we're slightly below average offensively, to be honest with you, because it's just these should be blowouts. And I don't think it's talent-wise, though. I'm not even coming at Dak when I say that. If you look at 3 of the drives that we had in the red zone, we very rarely go into big formations or I formations and just run the ball 3 straight times. Like, we never even try that because I don't think any teams can stop us from running the ball 3 straight times within the 5-yard line. I just don't see them stopping it 3 or 4 straight times. That will be my strategy every time out.
Yes, indeed.
Run the ball 3 to 4 straight times.
You still there?
And kind of stacking it up to run. Then I would start play action in there. But I would never spread anything out unless it really called for it. But we come out there with very pretty spread looks in the red zone. And it works sometimes. It gives you the option for Dak to run. But I think they're leaning too much. It's like Russell Wilson with Seattle a couple years ago in the Super Bowl where they were playing the Patriots and they should have ran with beast mode and they start throwing the ball trying to get Russell Wilson to ascend. And I feel you. You want Dak to be confident headed into the playoffs, but you want to win too, and you want to put your foot in these guys' throats. So do that in bum time. But when you're trying to get up, do what it takes to get up, which is run Zeke, in there in the red zone. Once you're up, go ahead, experiment a little bit. But they doing too much experimenting when we're trying to win, rather than just getting in there and putting their head down and making it work, like making it happen. I don't see them doing that right now. And that's been week after week. They keep throwing the ball in the red zone. Too much of it.
No doubt, man. Check your page now. See if we live like 95 there. If not, then
we live on there, man. We live on my page. Let's get Brunson out here. I don't know what's going on with him, man. Maybe he's scared. We don't want to be scared. Let's see.
So we live there.
I'm gonna go ahead and call a young brother. I'm just
call the man up and tell him I just kicked over 360 people off the Law Nation 2.0 page. I hope they can just jump back in on my Law Nation original page so we can talk to this man.
Right. You basically you costing us money and time, brother.
Yes, indeed. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's figure something out. Let's see if we can just get this thing going one way or another. I know.
He might be live on his page right now. That's what he said he was jumping on and doing. So when he hit me back,
that brother, text that brother, tell him, man, come on, man.
Yeah, we ready.
He's stalling. Yes, indeed. I know he's a diehard Eagles fan if he's willing to talk to us, especially after a victory. Got to be a diehard Eagles fan to do something like that, right?
Yeah.
Or a grown.
Well, man of his word. He can't back out if they won. I'd have got on there with him. Even if they won, I'd have talked about it honestly.
Oh yeah. Well, I'd have got on there too, man. Win, lose, or draw. Yes, indeed, man. Shout out to you, Mega. Thank you for tuning in. Mega Rage. Yes, what's good with you, man? Y'all hit up Brunson. And what's his name? What's his first name?
His mama call him Brunson. I'm gonna call him Brunson. That's
Brunson.
What I'm
Okay, y'all hit up Brunson. Eagles
yeah,
Brunson.
I ain't gonna call the boy Lloyd. I only know one of those.
Oh, okay. So L Brunson, y'all hit up L Brunson on the YouTube world and let him know that we are live like 95. We ready to hear him, talk to him, see what he's talking about. Shout out to him. Go follow his page, subscribe to his page. Because the only people I know is Mighty E-Rock. I know that guy. I know of a EDP, right? Who else we have? We have somebody else, some more Eagles fans. Tommy Eagle, he be on Mark Holmes' channel.
Yeah,
shout out to him. There's a couple of them, man, and they got good content, man. I really appreciate it, but I have yet to hear of this guy. So maybe he can talk to Flavor, man. He can get this thing going. Maybe he know this football thing backing out. And my brother is a diehard Eagles fan, and he be holding it down. I told him he came my little brother. He had a wedding like a couple of months ago.
Right.
And, let me see if I can pull this thing up. And he was out there, man. He was talking some stuff, talking about the Eagles going to beat us and stuff like that. And I said, bro, you don't believe what you're saying. And he's like, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Well, they believed it. They definitely believed it. I didn't expect Dak to go ahead and throw for 450 yards. So that was
I wouldn't expect that
either. I didn't think he can do that. But the way we're looking now, man, I just want us to stay healthy going into the playoffs. It doesn't look like we don't have any real opposition for that first spot. It looks like we're going to win the division, which is good. Don't want to jinx us, but knock on wood, looks that way. So now it's just about staying healthy.
Right.
We've already beat, I think, the best team in this in this division. I mean, not in the division, but in this conference. So in the Saints.
Eagles,
so it's about if we seed well and we're able to have other teams knock off teams that we may not match up well against, who knows where we can go in the playoffs. The Eagles won it last year, and they were definitely not the favorite. We've beaten the favorite, I think. And any other team, if we're playing ball control offense the way we play right now and we are healthy,
right,
we're hard to beat regardless.
Yeah.
We're playing Parcells. They try to make it seem like this is Jason Garrett football. We're playing Parcells football right now. Take the air out of the ball, run it down their throats, pass to get up, you know what I mean? Take shots at the 50, 40-yard line, that style football. And once you're up, pin your ears back and pass rush. That's Parcells football, ball control offense,
right,
and in field position. And if we're tough to beat, even with our offense being stagnant, we're still, pretty tough to beat because you can't score on us. It's not very easy, as you can see.
Yes, indeed. I'm going to play this little clip, man, of my brother, man. He's a diehard Eagles fan, too, since the other guy, Brunson, not jumping in right now. But let me show you how.
I haven't got another response from main man. I don't know.
All right. So
he's stuck on his reaction video. Maybe he loud and crying. They got. It's like a funeral. You can't rush these things.
Yeah. Y'all listen to my brother what he said, and this is what I told him.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Oh, Eagles, fly. Squat in the Cowboys' eye. Rip they hard outs, watch them die. Oh, fly, Eagles, fly. Yeah.
Y'all know
what's up?
It's Cowboys Nation all day, even twice on Sunday. We're going to figure out a way to win one way or another.
And remember, you're going to lose to the best.
No, you're not listening to nothing but the best. That's how I troll my brother, man. He think he can get on here, man, and talk all that noise. And he was singing songs and serenading. The boy can sing. Kokoye. He got some skills, but I sitting there like, look, you're listening though to nothing but the best. And I had a raspy voice at the time, so there was matter of fact, it was in last month, and it was right before we played the Eagles the first time, and he was talking all that cash money. But I told him, like, look, bruh, y'all Eagles, y'all want to hit wonders, man. But it is what it is, man. But we go back and forth, man. He don't like the Eagles at all. He loved them, and he said he got the beer gang too as well. So
Oh yeah, Beard Gang real heavy in Philly though, so that's probably why he likes us down here, man. This is the home of the Beard Gang.
Yes, indeed, man. So, hey, everybody putting calling little Bronson. Yeah, come on out, man.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with him, man. I'm gonna call him again.
Call him, man. Leave a voicemail. Let me leave the voicemail. Put the phone up to the thing.
Yeah, let's do it. There we go.
We're here live calling. Come on now.
Lord Brunson. I know he see these phone calls too.
Right. But shout out to him, man. Shout out to him.
You have reached the voicemail box of...
Hold on, I'm gonna go on his YouTube page.
Yeah, because I don't want them to. Yeah. Good. Glad you hang it up, because I don't want you to say you have reached the voicemail box of 957. You know.
Yeah, I gave his number out.
Right. We don't want to do the man like that, but shout out to him, man. It is what it is. Appreciate him. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, it is what it is, guys. All right, so maybe we have to do this another day.
Yeah, might do it tomorrow, man.
Maybe do tomorrow, man. I've been up for a minute right quick, and I got to get some rest.
I mean, that works for me. We can schedule it for tomorrow, and we just jump on and do our own little reaction. I'm gonna do my little reaction video now because I'm not gonna hunt him down.
Right.
I mean?
He may be into situations right now that he cannot speak at the moment. So when we like to give people like that, an opportunity to rebound and catch back up.
Yeah. We're not gonna say he's scared of nothing, because I did talk to him.
Yeah.
But he wanted to go on maybe like an hour ago, and he said he was gonna go on and do his own reaction video. So I'm not sure, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and do my own little, live video or reaction video now.
Go ahead, do your reaction, man, and you guys already know how this thing go, man. And let's see.
You sound like
see everybody saying cut to the fan. Let's see what they talk about.
All right, go ahead, do your thing, man.
All right, fam, salute, bro.
Time
all right, salute.
where your good will cost. You're going to have to start paying for the goods, right? You're not going to be able to get this milk from this cow for free or at a reduced rate for a very long time. Eventually, this cow is going to become golden, and now it's going to take a lot of money now to sustain that type of greatness within your organization.
6 games for Amari Cooper in Oakland. He had 22 receptions for 280 yards and a touchdown in 6 games. He just played his 6th game with the Dallas Cowboys. He has 40 receptions,
Vaj, what's good?
642
out
yards,
on bail, fresh out of jail, California, dreaming.
I just gave Collier the boot, man. I could have kept him on if I'd have known you coming on in this thing.
What you done keep the Collier out for, man?
Man, let me try to tell a Collier, man, to come back in. Shoot, we can have this thing rocking and rolling. But before I tell him to come back in, man, are we still live on your deal?
Nah, man, I'm done, man. I don't even want to take up the airwaves all day. I want to send my people to y'all. I'm sending my people to y'all.
Oh, man, it is what it is. I may be still live on Collier page, though. But what's good, though, man?
Man, boy, I tell you what, man. Everything is so much better after a Cowboy W. Water tastes better. My shirt feels soft. Every time I say Cowboys win, my teeth get whiter. Oh, it's lovely, Law Nation.
Cowboys winning. Boy. The teeth just get white, boy.
Say Cowboys win. Got it, dog it.
Hey.
Life's good, man. Life's good.
You know what I love more about it? All this stuff right here, Vaj.
What's up, son?
You had the same energy even when we was 3-4, 3-5. Same energy, man. Man, I wish I had your temperament, boy.
Don't go nowhere, Law. I have no fear of them. I have no fear, Law. You know
yes, indeed, you got no fear, bro.
You
keep that same energy, man.
This is what I like the most about the game, man. Let's get busy on your. I'm here to work, man. I ain't here to socialize. I'm here to work. You know what I like about our team, man? Certain things just got to click when you're a championship team, Law. Certain things got to come into effect when you're a championship team.
But before you say that, let me just do this right quick.
Don't turn your back on the wolf pack.
Yeah, look, man. Boy, look at that guy right there. Go ahead, go with it, bro.
Some things just kind of got to come together, Law. And early
All
in
right, you gotta switch to Law's page. I'm on with Law right now. I'm going to end this stream and catch me up on Law.
What is a Koye?
And Koye, we still live on your joint. I didn't kick you off. You still live because I got your restream thing. So you still should be live though, right?
No, I had shut that down. I'm setting another. I had set another one up.
All right, go ahead, man. Get away.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'm on now. What's up, though?
But what I was saying, though, man, certain championship teams just do certain things, man. There's a certain type of teamwork aspect that comes with it. Early in the game, the offense was a little. We couldn't finish. We could run the ball. We could move the ball. We couldn't finish. But you felt like the defense kept bailing us out. The defense got tired. The Philly offense started to move. And I'm like, man, we're going to need offense in this game. And boy, did we push the ball and get aggressive when the defense needed us the most. Man, that's championship stuff right there. Regardless of what you feel about Rain Dakota, regardless of what you feel about Jason Leroy Garrett, regardless of what you feel about all these cats, man, they get it done when they get it done when the time to get done, man. They get it done.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I mean, they got it done today, man. I'm happy. So you see me, I pulled the jacket out. I'll never pull the jacket out, bro. I'm happy right now, man. I don't got no complaints, no nothing. Was supposed to be, stumping out an Eagles fan tonight, but making them eat some crow. But it's all good. We'll talk amongst each other, amongst gentlemen and intellectuals. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't back out, did he?
Bro, let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you, break it down to you, Vach.
They focus on winning, and losers focus on winners, right?
I gotta break it down to you. I'm sitting here minding my own business. Then all of a sudden, we getting set up for Cowboys XP. Somebody said, "Hey,
there we go, right here." He said the link not working. He needs his own link.
Nah, the same link we got. The same link we use.
So I'm sitting here minding my own business. Somebody said, "Look, man, somebody calling out the Cowboys people that talk stuff on news and channels and stuff like." I didn't know who they were talking about. They hit me up on Twitter. They hit me up on Instagram, and they said a guy named Bronson calling out Cowboys and saying they all talking heads. So I'm sitting there like, man, okay, all right. So let's bring them on, I guess. So
this is my thing. Mm-hmm. I got the same link y'all got, but I'm young, so my young man energy, like I jumped in the chat box first. I jumped in. I was like, I got a link. We all good? Great. You know what I'm saying? I get to the link. He bashing the Koye. I say, let me hit a Koye and see what he know about this. Nobody.
He sent me the link. You sent me the link, matter of fact.
And this man then talked all kind of cash, yen, zenny, pounds, all types of Danish krones. Right. This man then talk all kind of Canadian dollars. Where he at? Talk to him. I keep it civil. I just got answers. Yeah. I just want to know how you feel about Carson Wentz. I think Dak outplayed Carson tonight. Honestly.
Oh, that's definitely.
Honestly. Dak had his interception and his fumble or whatever, but passing the football, I think Dak out. I think even if you take away the flunky bounce catch at the end with Coop, Dak still outpassed Carson Wentz tonight. Carson ain't do nothing.
Yeah.
He ain't move the ball. Boy, please.
Dak still play like trash truck juice though, at times, but I'm gonna give it to him.
Boy, I saw people in my chat box go smooth from fire him to sign him now. Sign Dak. Dak figured it out in 3 plays. Sign him. I love him.
Right.
John Kitna. Bring him back up.
I ain't got time for these folks, man. But yeah, man, Zeke ran well. We knew Zeke was gonna run all over these cats, man. All we had to do was deal with Fletcher Cox, block the mic. We could run, and we did that a lot this game. Pass protection got a little wonky. I'm gonna break down the film. I'm gonna be angry and critical.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm definitely gonna be anti-Santa Claus when I watch this offensive line film. It is what it is. But I love how my wide receivers played, and my defense is they're consistently playing at a Super Bowl level. I can't be mad at it.
No doubt.
He says it's not working for him. Google Hangouts. Maybe he don't have Google Hangouts. Okay.
Tell him what he got to do. He got to download. Well, if he's using it from his desktop, he's going to have to go through Google Gmail in order to accept that link, in order to be, into the mix or into the fold. But if not, he can't do it through what is the other thing? Bing or whatever, you know.
And Cowboys fans, let me just touch on this for a minute. Stop watching Stephen A. Smith. That's what he wants you to do. I see a lot of people saying, I can't wait to see Stephen A. Smith. That's what he wants you to do.
Right.
He talks mess to you, and he baits your emotions. So if you win, he get to talk mess to you. If you lose, you get to talk mess to him. I don't fool with Stephen A. Smith.
Right.
Watch him regardless.
Now, Stephen A. Smith, you know, they got a wide range of shit they got to cover, man. Like they're not here to really talk real statistics or real football, man. They're here to speak narratives, man.
They don't watch the film. They got to cover the Stanley Cup and all. Fencing.
They get about 5 minutes before they go live with the film, and that's it. You know, they can't really analyze nothing, so you can't blame them.
Right. Brian
Baldinger.
Yeah, all that. I swear film wasn't cool till Okoye dropped the Dez Bryant video, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah. NFL owe us a check, man. That's what they owe us a check. Now they got that all over their Game Pass channel now, man. That's all you see is like film room this. Watching Channel 10, you got some old guy here on Channel 10 in Philadelphia doing film breakdowns on Vander Esch before the game. I said, damn.
Film sessions. They're using the name and everything.
Get y'all goof ass off TV.
You see the name of the title of my video was FOH, man. And if you don't know what it means, God bless you. It means don't catch the cold. That's what it
is. Yes, indeed, man. They said, now who choking? You know what I mean?
Boy, look, boy, D-Law was nasty, boy. When them kids got the first touchdown, they was celebrating in the end zone. D-Law and Antoine and Tyrone walked up bumping shoulders. Hey, man, get out the end zone, man. Get all that celebrating stuff.
Yes.
Get all that celebrating stuff. Get off the ground.
Yes. And talk about your guy, Randy Gregory. Man. What he's supposed to do?
When we first talked about Randy Gregory as a collective, we said don't expect him to be Von Miller when he gets here, but he'll be better as the year goes on.
Mm-hmm.
The past 5 games, he got what? 5 sacks? Supposed to be 6 or 7? Supposed to be 7 sacks? The past 5, that's ridiculous. We see the ball get off getting better. We see his timing getting better. We see his hands in that swipe. We saw that spin. We saw him in that corner. He rose out the bed doing that. He don't even know how to pass rush yet. D-Law got the whole stab move, wrist control, disengage. Randy don't know how to do that. Randy just rolled out the bed better than people. Wait till Randy learn some stuff.
Exactly.
No
That's
doubt.
nasty, man. They did him dirty though. They did him dirty on that.
They did him dirty.
That was sad. You can't. There's no way not to bring him down there. Like you gotta, whether you grabbing his ankle or not, like you gotta go low on that play. There's no way.
What are you supposed to do? Say, hey man, I'm coming, man. If I put 2 hands on you, you got to stop. That's what they need to do. Then
this ain't freeze tag.
Yeah, gotta be that way to keep it fair.
Shout out to you,
Koye. What you got in your cup, man? I'm interested. Tequila?
No. There's some wine. It's called Relax. You ever heard of Riesling?
Never.
Okay, it's a German wine, man. But I lived in Virginia for a little while, so I happen to be a wine connoisseur. So I like wine now, man. Plus, when I was drinking the Henny, I got robbed. So I'm gonna stay away from the Henny. I'm gonna stick with the wine because I don't get that tipsy when I'm drinking Henny.
My Mississippi ass know nothing of German wine, fam.
You gonna learn, man. You gotta hang around me more, man. I got you. I got you. I'm gonna learn you something.
Got you.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir, big homie. What's the word though? What else on the docket, man? I mean, what we waiting on, fella? We
still waiting on him.
Yeah, he over here. He down. He's supposed to be downloading the app now. We waiting on him to download the app. I'm gonna go ahead and holler at some people in my chat line. You know what I mean? Because they in here showing support. Mike Meticulous Details podcast. You already know I know you because we supposed to be playing some Madden against each other in a minute. They don't think I got I'll give them the foot with this Madden thing, Botch, man, or Law, man. I'm trying to tell them, man. Football, man. I'll bust their ass something severe out here.
It's because you older.
That's it. You got dirt in front of it. You're like, older.
You older. So they just trying to play you, man. Don't let them play you like that.
Right. Man, you got to stand up for yourself these days, man.
Law Nation, I tried to bait Okoye earlier, Law, and I'm gonna get out y'all way and let y'all, let y'all debate after I ask this question. Law, do you think that Dak is getting more comfortable with Gallup than he is Bees? Because once upon a time he used to just kind of spam targets to Bees because Bees was the only man cover beater guy, but now he got like 4 man cover beater guys. So do you think that he's getting more comfortable with Gallup? Because I ain't heard nothing from Bees in a minute.
Man, I think he's getting more comfortable with Gallup, and I think Gallup is trying to figure out, okay, when I go back, because he got that one little move on the edge that stop and go or come back and go around that. Man, slow go, it works, but they're not on the same page. One can argue the fact that one play was going to go for Dak to a Dak to a Gallup going to be nice. Then one can argue the fact that Gallup messed up the other play. So 50-50.
The key word you use, though, Vach, man, is comfort, bro.
Comfort.
If you're comfortable with somebody, that means you have a chemistry with him. I think he has more. I think he hits Cole Beasley more often when he targets him than he hits Gallup, whether it be Gallup dropping a pass or him just grossly overthrowing Gallup. So I think he's targeting Gallup more than he should, if you want to put it that way. But is he more comfortable with Gallup than he is with Cole Beasley? I mean, the productivity hasn't shown that all year. All year, if he was hitting Gallup half the time he should, Gallup would be, tops in the league. He would make Amari Cooper look like, we didn't need him. Before he even got here, Gallup was running wide open. He's been running wide open since Amari Cooper got here, and we don't hit him. So I don't think he's more. I think he's targeting them a little bit too much because they don't have the chemistry there.
Okay. Well, I see that we have our third party here. I'm going to back out and go gallivant in the chat box. Until then, hey, if y'all don't know who I am, Vach Lombardi, VOCHLOMBARDI. I'll be breaking down film all week and being mean as hell to my offensive line. Battle axe on them boys tonight. Y'all hold Woski, man. Salute, y'all.
Salute. What up?
Yeah, I love that. That's what I'm
Finally
talking
got him on here, man. Lord Brunson. What's good, brother? I was gonna call you L Brunson, but I don't want to pie face you right now because I am humble even in victory. But I'm the jacket talk a little loud, but I'm gonna shut up.
Yes,
it's all
indeed,
good. It's all
man.
good. I mean, first, what I want to do is I want to congratulate y'all, on a good win. It was a good win. After that game like that, you usually could go into thinking that, the refs, this and that. But ultimately, I feel like we put ourselves in a position where we could have came away with the win, whether some of the calls didn't go our way or they didn't go you guys' way. At one point, the game was up for grabs in the beginning and when the shootout started out late in the third quarter. So it's a candidate for game of the year, in my opinion. I just like the way we battled, man. I like the way we battled. And I actually earned a lot. I actually got to give Dak some respect because I'm usually kind of hard and critical on Dak, but I just like the way that Dak conducted himself after the turnovers. He still wasn't scared to let it fly. He trusted his arm. He trusted Amari Cooper. He singled out a guy. He was seeing things that bums usually don't see. You know what I mean? Not to say he's a bum, but a bum wouldn't have just noticed the one-on-one and noticed I got Amari, I got to let it fly. Right. I mean, Dak did his thing in the clutch. I think they both showed, Dak and Carson, they both showed a championship caliber, just a starting quarterback caliber. And I think the NFC East is in good hands from the standpoint of those two guys alone moving forward.
No, hold on. Before we go a little bit further, hey, I'd like for you to introduce yourself. You're just going to come up here and start talking like the Eagles, this and that, and then all of a sudden, Okoye going and goes right into the opposition of talking. Look. Right. What's your name, man? State yourself, man. Where you from? How long you been? I don't want you to like your team. I want you to love your team because I'm going to tell you right now, I do not like the Cowboys at all. Everybody know I love those Cowboys. So let me know where they can find you at, where they can follow you at, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Instagram, MySpace, Black Planet. Let me know, man. And let the nation know you live like 95 right now, fam.
Oh, for sure. You already know, man. It's Lord Brunson back at you with the back at you. I am the best reporting on the Eagles. I'm from North Philadelphia.
North.
I've been an Eagles fan my whole life. You can follow me on Twitter. I do my live tweets during the game at Lord_Brunson on IG at Lord_Brunson17Y. And of course, Lord Brunson on YouTube. So I've been doing this YouTube thing for probably 2 football seasons now. I started in the beginning of the championship season. A lot of people like to insinuate the fact that, I started after the Super Bowl, but nah. I started during the Super Bowl season, and it kind of just caught fire for me. I got a nice little following on all platforms, and, I just do my thing week to week, man.
Are you more of a defensive guy or offensive guy? Who you like?
I'm definitely an offensive guy.
Okay, so who your throwback offensive guy? I ain't questioning your love for the team. I just want to know.
My throwback offensive guy
for your team. Yeah.
Oh, I'm an Eagles fan. What you mean? Oh, my throwback guy probably would be.
Yeah, who's your favorite? You know,
I got to go with Brian. I got to go with Westbrook, man.
Westbrook, okay. Yeah, he gave me a lot of nightmares.
That's an old but goodie.
Oldie but goodie. On the defensive side, who you got?
A lot of people say
Taylor.
The usuals. I was a huge Jeremiah Trotter fan, though.
Trotter, yeah. Who was the other guy? Green.
A lot of people gonna say B-Dog, but Trot was my guy.
Eric Green, did he play back in the days?
Javon Curse.
Yeah, all those
Javon
guys.
The Freak.
Okay.
Yes, another one.
Yeah.
Reggie White.
Mm-hmm.
That Westbrook
Troy
man.
Vincent was my guy too.
Yeah, Vincent. That's what I wanted to say. No, Eric Allen. That's who I wanted to say. Eric Allen.
The best defensive player y'all had all time was B-Dog, pound for pound, in my opinion.
Who?
B-Dog. B-Dog.
Hands down, gotta be B-Dog.
Yeah, B-Dog was that boy.
What was your thought when y'all had picked up Terrell Owens?
Well, when we first picked up T.O., I'll never forget this. I might have been, I don't know if I was like in the 10th grade or something like that. And I remember watching a preseason game, and I was with my grandma. My grandma, I'm like the biggest Eagles fan ever. And I seen McNabb just throw it up. I'm like, oh, he ain't even got to run no route. I'm like, because I wasn't really like following T.O. like that. I just was a homer. You know, this before I just was able to like broaden my horizons or whatnot and look at other teams. And when we first got T.O., I thought we was going to win the Super Bowl then, based off that one pass in preseason.
Yeah.
I was sold, man.
Yeah, T.O.
I'm upset it ended the way it ended.
Yeah, he lifted y'all whole entire organization, man, that year. And he took it, everybody came back with the broken leg. And I thought for sure, even at that moment, I couldn't stand the damn Patriots, man. It was just something about the Patriots that I just didn't like. And then the McNabb throwing up all inside the play huddles and stuff like that. And T.O. called him out. I said, oh, Lord.
You know what? It's starting to remind me, Amari Cooper and Dak, it got that kind of feel to it. Like, Amari Cooper changed that whole offense, man. Amari Cooper looked like something that hasn't been in the NFC East.
Oh, man, this is an easy debate. This ain't even gonna be a debate. You helping us. That's actually
5-1. Yeah.
I tell
At least you honest, man. I feel that.
Amari Cooper he looked like that one play guy that y'all need, man, because Dak can't make all the throws, but Dak do got a bomb, and that's all you need to connect with Amari.
Now, as much as I can say that you guys got a Super Bowl winning coach right now, and one play that I really just had me at the edge of the seat because I kind of called the game for the Eagles and the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Cowboys. It was a 3rd and 1 play. You got a 6'4". What's his height? 6'5" quarterback.
Yeah, he's 6'5".
He's 6'5". Man, and 232 pounds. They line up in shotgun. They roll him to the right and they do a toss pitch option to the running back. Or I think he kept the ball. And I said, you don't win off of that. You 3rd and 1, huh?
It was the.
He'd stay home on him.
Yeah,
it was the worst.
Yeah, that was a horrible play caller right there, fam.
It was the worst offensive play call of the game for us. I'm like, why are we running college style plays? I mean, in that moment right there, you gotta throw a slant to Tate. This is what you brought Tate for. You gotta throw a slant to Tate, or you gotta throw a slant to Alshon Jeffrey. You gotta do those things. We waited too long to get Alshon Jeffries involved in the game. All we was doing was pinpointing Zach Ertz, and I believe that. I haven't seen a coach crumble like this after winning the Super Bowl. I don't think ever.
It's not really a crumble, man. Like I said yesterday, man. Truth be told, like I honestly, like you said you started the last season. You started doing this. Like, what inspired me to actually start content creation, other than Law Nation and watching guys like him and Vaj and so on, was being in Philly for the Super Bowl. It was an emotional experience. Because I was here, you know what I mean? I was watching the game with Phillies fans, so it was like, that was dope. I was happy for you guys, right? But the thing that Philly fans don't realize, and I think the media kind of ignores, is the fact that Philly was the underdog anyway. That was y'all whole MO. Y'all wasn't a juggernaut team last year. Y'all was a team of people who kind of rose at the right time and ascended, but you never were world beaters to begin with. So this year, when people looking at it like you crumble, like you just said, your coach crumbled. I don't think they crumbled. I think they just came back to earth, and the rest of the league caught up. That's all. I don't really think the Eagles are not playing Eagles football. I think they playing Eagles football. It's just it needs
to touch on that. I knew we was for real. You know what I mean? The thing about us was, since we never won a Super Bowl last year, the question was always remaining. It was like around when we was like 8-1 or something like that. The question always was remaining, like, are they for real? Are they for real?
Right.
So we kept getting win after win. After we took our loss, I think we took our second loss to the Seahawks. We bounced right back. So I'm like, okay, we for real. Then when we locked up the number 1 seed, I was like, you know, at that point, I knew like only 5 teams at that point had the number 1 seed and didn't go to the Super Bowl. I knew it was going to be a stretch, but when you get home field advantage and you coming through the link, I knew the Super Bowl was destined for us. Like, if you check out my old videos, I basically was saying, like, listen, Case Keenum not coming to the link and doing anything special. You know what I mean? Matt Ryan going to choke. I knew what it was. I just didn't know if we was going to be able to beat Tom Brady. So as far as that go for me, I knew what it was, man. Once you get that first seed, it's like for the last 5 years, the first seed has always went to the Super Bowl, with the exception of the Cowboys.
Right.
Yeah, number 1
for the last
seed.
5 years.
Yeah.
It's
So
just laid out
I
for you
think
right there. And
I think
that's why
yeah.
I kind of label Dak and them as choking, because they the only ones that didn't do it. But it seems like with more maturity, Dak might be all right. But I don't know. Man. He gotta win some playoff
It's one of
games.
those things that if you look back at this game, and a lot of people talk about this about Dak Prescott, Dakota Rain Prescott at this point. He is 4-1 against Carson Wentz. He's 4-1 against him right now, I believe. I think I'm right a little bit on that number there. The problem is, even though you got Carson Wentz, who was a first-round draft pick, the problem is he does the exact same thing that Dak Prescott is doing right now. He's holding on to the ball too long. And then I don't know if this is by design. I don't know whether or not this is a West Coast offense or not. But that ball is not traveling up in the air like it's supposed to. And I'm going to just pull up this right quick. We got the facts finder right here for those that's live on this page. Just hold back for me for right now. I'm going to show you guys the average time the ball is traveling in the air. It's right here. 7.0 is averaging what Carson Wentz is doing. It's 7.4 of what Dak Prescott is doing. That's the yards that's passed in the ball in the air. And so we look at these things, and of course, to me personally, Carson Wentz is a better thrower of the ball. The decision making, I would lean heavily towards Dak Prescott, believe it or not, because at the end of the day, he's not passing the interception that Carson is doing. But Carson is not fumbling like Dak Prescott. But they should not be on the same planet at this point, because one is drafted in the 4th round draft pick, and they got Jason Garrett coaching him and Kellen Moore coaching him, and the other, hey, first round draft pick. But talk to me, decision making, because he could have been trying to press that pass to the outside edges, because they're playing one-on-one on the outside. They was giving the guys underneath in the middle, and I said, if you shut down the run, force them to play their style of football, of passing the ball to Zach Ertz and number 88 kid, then you can win the game, because that's been the football game of Tony Romo for years, passing the ball to the tight end, and we already know how that goes. Go ahead.
The game was going to come down to how we stopped the middle, how we stopped Golden Tate and Aguilar from hitting and connecting on that deep cross. I don't think they really exposed us that crazy this game. Mm-hmm. And then how we stop Ertz. Well, I think we did a coverage by committee on Ertz, which was working. You know, we had Byron Jones on him on third downs. Sometimes I caught Heath on him. And they also had Heath playing Dallas Goedert. And I think Dallas Goedert was getting away with a lot of pushing off all night. But either way, we're not complaining about that. But the way we controlled the middle of the field dictated the game. I'm not really – I don't know. I give Eagles less credit this game, and I'm not even saying it because you on, man. I just give them less credit because this game was less about what the Eagles did to us and more about what we did to ourselves. Because in the first 3 quarters, shutting them out for the first 3 quarters and having the ability, it wasn't like we weren't going up and down the field. We were shutting them out and moving the ball, but not scoring. If we would have put up 21 points in the first half, the Eagles would have been playing a little bit more desperation football come third quarter, come fourth quarter, giving us more opportunities for turnovers and more opportunities for sacks and pressure and so on. We always find a way to keep teams close so that they can stay balanced against us, meaning we have to play the run on our way to the pass rather than just pinning our ears back.
But Okoye, you can't agree with this, though, on both sides of the ball, whether it's Carson, and I love young quarterback play, I love his play, and whether or not it's Dak. Both of them, when it's single high safety look, regardless it's one-on-one, even though you don't feel like the guy can beat that man on the outside, you still got to at least throw it and make a chance. And we saw that Byron Jones got ate up by who was that? Aguilar, the guy with the less. He got the less hands out there, according to the Eagles. He don't have the hands that he's supposed to have, and he caught that ball.
Man, I'll give him one play. Jalen Ramsey got ate up by Tyreek Hill too. Speed kills, man. Speed kills. So when you take your eyes off a guy like that and you don't run full speed all the way through the play, he's going to get you eventually. So I'll give him that one play, but not really worried about that. I think our defense did what it was supposed to do against their team. I think the scary thing is I'm thinking playoff football. I'm not really thinking about what the Eagles just did against us because I don't look at them as, like I said, a world beater. But I think if we play that way against a world beater, we'll lose because we gave them too many opportunities to stay in that game. It shouldn't have been an overtime game. It should have been a blowout.
No doubt.
And you give the Cowboys credit for that. You give the Cowboys credit for not. You give the Cowboys credit for not finishing drives and just taking a 3.
Well, let me talk on this right here. Hey, I was sitting at the edge of my seat when it got down to the money zone, green zone, and you get into this vertical out. You remember, Corey, you said it's a vertical offense, right? But why in the hell would they just line up shotguns so many times when they get the ball into the red zone? And then all of a sudden, of course, we managed to escape away, but those field goals was because they took the ball out of the playmaker hand, Ezekiel Elliott. Now, if the Cowboys were wise enough and smart enough, Brunson and Okoye, they should have ran that ball into the end zone. They should have did it more reverse or whatever needs to be done in the end zone. But I digress about this coaching staff. I tell you what, Brunson.
Mm-hmm.
Would you love to have Scott Linehan right now coaching your offense? Would you love to have Jason Garrett right now coaching your offense?
Our offensive coordinator turned out to be one of the biggest parts of our Super Bowl run. You look at the Indianapolis Colts. Our offensive coordinator left us, and he's the head coach of the Colts. They're number 1 in third down efficiency. That was us last year.
Mm-hmm.
We were staying on the field. We were completing third downs. We were the best in the business at that. Now we can't stay on the field to save our lives, and it's dragging our defense down. Especially with a wounded defense like that who don't have everybody that they need to get wins in the fashion that they're getting them. I mean, you need turnovers. You need to be able to get off the field on third down. You need to do so many things that good defenses do, especially when you hurt, and you got to call on these young dudes to do it. We got the turnovers today, but it still wasn't enough because we getting the turnovers, we giving it right back to an offense who can't do anything. And when you got the arm talent like Carson Wentz and you got the wide receiver core, it got to be the coordinator.
It got to be the coordinator. Yeah, and I agree with you on that.
You know what I mean? You take Josh Adams. I thought Josh Adams was going to be a big key in this game. When it first started off, it looked like that. Mm-hmm. It looked like that. He had the ball on. He got a 24-yard run. The last time he touched the ball in the first half. The last time he touched the ball, he broke off a 24-yard run, and we don't go back to him.
Yeah, because he baptized Jeff Heath with that stiff arm.
Exactly, and we did not go back to him. Meanwhile, Zeke had already 10 carries for 67 yards. Josh Adams had, I think, 2 carries for like 30-something yards. You're supposed to feed somebody who's doing something like that.
Right. Y'all got to run that committee situation going on over there, though. You don't really have an established number 1 guy. So trying to get everybody that touches is going to turn into that. It's going to turn into that.
Yeah, but when I used to play football, man, if I get a 24-yard run, I'm getting the ball back.
I'm
establishing that. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
But I don't know what's going on at the pro level. It's like they're forgetting the basics of the game, and that's why I don't agree with the Philadelphia Eagles right now. And I'm getting harassed all on YouTube right now because I feel like we should be playing at a better level.
Yeah, you got that. You got the championship goggles, man. That's all. It happens, man. We was like that all the way up until year 2000. Then we realized we had to rebuild. We thought we was still.
Don't be like me then, because every year I say live like 95. That was the last time we touched down on anything. So, so what was last year? 18.
Yeah, man, it was
17. Year 17. Don't be saying live like 17 around here for 20 years.
Still on in like 10 minutes. I'm gonna hop right back on. I gotta go handle something real quick.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for tuning in to the nation, man.
I got the link now. I know how to do this now, so this is actually not that bad.
All right, man. We're glad you learned something.
Come on, man. I was about to teach y'all something, but I'm in a rush. All right.
Let's go, Cowboy Nation, baby. Let's go, man. Shout out to you, man.
Yeah, your time, man. I was gonna sit quiet and patiently wait, but we'll wait for you to come back once again. You know what I mean? We'll play the waiting game.
Yes, indeed, man. That's a good show, man. He's coming back. Okay, I thought he was gone. I give him I let him know them dogs still coming, man. The wolves still coming around here. Yes, indeed, man. So with that being said, man, Cowboys Nation, thank y'all for tuning into this thing. I'm going to try to reach out to those that's in the chat box. I know your chat box is jumping off too as well.
My chat box is going, man.
Who you got in there, man?
Man, I got my man Antoine Myers. He hit me up with a super chat earlier. I apologize for not seeing it because I was jumping back and forth between these screens. But it's a bunch of people in here that's mainstays, man. My man Chris Rain and John S. Boomer Sooner, Trip Allah. You know what I'm saying? The Memphis 901. It's a lot of them, man. Paul Johnson. It's like 300 people in here, so I ain't gonna name all y'all, but it's enough for me to say, I appreciate y'all jumping out because I know it's a nationally televised football game on right now, and y'all watching me instead. So, y'all could be anywhere in the world, but y'all here with us. So
anywhere on God's green earth, man. That's all what I'm talking about. All right, so man, I'm gonna give him about another 5-6 minutes because I gotta really get the daughter ready.
You can rip it out, man. I know you look like you about to drop. I'm watching. Man,
I'm like, I've been ripping and running all day yesterday, and then on top of that, Cowboys experience. Those who out there who just love the Cowboys Nation, just like me and you do over here. Hey, I really appreciate each and everybody for tuning in. It is what it is, especially for last week and things like this for this week. All we got to do is just take one game at a time, one foot in front of the other, and get this thing going. I got a lot. I'm talking about tons of editing. I did an interview with Drew Pearson, Lincoln Coleman. Those interviews I got to edit and put out there to the masses. But, hey, Koye.
Oh,
what's up, man?
Real fast, man. I thought y'all was going to let him have it, man. That's why I got out the way.
I was sitting there waiting, man.
Are he coming back?
Yeah, I was waiting for him. I had the pitchforks and all that, man. But I
thought y'all was gonna let him have it, man. I thought y'all was gonna have the Denzel as you a sheep or a wolf. I thought you was gonna have the don't turn your back on the wolf pack NWO. I thought y'all was gonna have all that ready, man. It's too pretty up in here.
I'll give you compliments. It's kind of hard to kick him in the face. He was like, "Hey, man, y'all played well today. What you gonna say?"
I thought he was gonna keep the same energy Stephen A had, so he didn't have it. He came.
Came correct.
I could have stayed here. I was getting out way. I was like, Okoye about to get him.
But if you'd have stayed, I always the opposition guy. I always gonna put you into that thing of like, hey.
Hey, Koye, this was Law what it did. Law said, so Vice, let me ask you, do you think that Dak Prescott is 10 times better than Carson Wentz? Because Bronson thinks this. I was like, well, I think Bronson's wrong. The next thing you know, me and Bronson bumping heads. Okoye got to go, and Law got a whole 30 minutes of free content that he ain't have to work for.
Right.
I see through Law. I see.
Yeah. He was doing too much nice talk, man. It's like it's kind of hard to be mean to a dude that's being nice, man.
Yeah, humility with dignity, man. So he had it, So I just like.
And then he started attacking his own team. So what we gonna say? Like, hey, man. Hey,
he do something. I was like,
Well, you wrapping up right now?
Man, I can wrap it up, man, and get on out of here, man, and get some rest. I might jump back on a little later, but I got to really watch and tend to the daughter and things like that, though.
Go ahead and do that. Before you go, 2 points. I really like what Dak did handling the blitz this week. He threw into the blitz a lot more accurately and confidently this week. I'm gonna break that down on film. Xavier Woods did a great job patrolling the middle when he was playing deep. And he was down in the box tackling, and when he had his sometimes duty on Ertz, we got to watch a lot of film on Xavier. Plus, Fletcher Cox almost ruined us all night against everybody. Fletcher Cox whooped Lael one time. Fletcher Cox whooped Zach. Fletcher Cox whooped Connor and doggone Suafilo and Joe Looney. Fletcher Cox is nasty.
He was mad about getting tossed that last game. He said he gonna come ready.
Yeah.
He can. They moved him all around the line, man. It was a good game with Fletcher into the inside. And then you'd be remiss to add what number 55 did on the Eagles.
Oh, yeah, man.
He did his thing.
He did his thing because he was forcing a lot of holding calls, man. His pass rush was just annoying us all night.
Hey, do that worry you guys a little bit? Or is it just like, okay, he just got to get his playing legs up under him? Number 77.
Cowboys fans trying to put Cam Fleming in there. They need to go for the Buccaneers or something.
Oh no, man. No, now it's trade Tyron Smith now. Oh,
one of those holds wasn't even a hold, man. Tyron Smith just not getting that. He's not getting that veteran benefit of the doubt that he used to get. You know, he's getting called honest calls or 50-50 calls now because some of those calls were kind of touchy. Like the second holding call in the first half against Graham, he stiff-armed the dude. He threw him. Like it wasn't a hold. So I didn't see a hold. Maybe they called on the wrong guy. But yeah, I think Tyron was fine. He just has to get healthy, man. I don't think there's anything wrong. He's too young. He's too young to shit on. You can't shit on Tyron. He's too young.
You can't just shit on him.
28.
Yeah. He's 28 old young. Let me ask you this before I really go, man. I'm worried about Ezekiel. I know that he's a strong kid. You know, he got that big head and that big neck. He can handle most of those blows and things like that. And I hate to talk draft talk already at the latter part of the year, but who should I be looking for, Vach? I know you already know, man, but who should I type in on YouTube and find out there as far as a young phenom that I can find in the second or third round, running back?
So I'm trying to draft offensive linemen this year. I wouldn't dare waste a draft pick on a safety. I wouldn't waste a draft pick on a doggone tight end. I'm not using my second round pick on a doggone running back. I'm trying to bolster my offensive line because I need that thing to get back to glory days.
I mean, we brought Greg Hardy here, you know. So why not bring Kareem Hunt here? You know what I'm saying? Go get it.
Gonna be able to.
Buddy.
That's a joke. But still, at the end of the day, I think you go late round with a running back. I think going early rounds. I agree with Vaj there. Like I don't think we should be worried about it.
What round did Kamara come in? It was
He's a third round pick, right? Third or fourth?
Third round guy.
Yeah.
Can we strike gold like that or something?
No,
talk to me. Help me out, man. What we need, man.
We got Zeke. Third rounders are second, third, and fourth rounds are valuable picks, especially our team because we can actually draft.
Okay.
You want to get 3 tech right because you ain't got faith in David Irvin. You want to bolster your offensive line just in case Tyron lay down and say ouch, just in case Connor got to play tackle, just in case Suafilo's not long term, just in case Travis don't come back. You got to bolster your offensive line. Hell, man, look at who you paying and who you may not be paying. You definitely paying Byron. You're going to have to make a decision on Cheeto in 2 years. Get a young corner in and groom him. You already know AB may or may not get paid up in here. You got to think about stuff ahead. So
AB will be here. He'll be here because he's playing bad enough for us to pay him cheap. Less money to keep him, so he'll be around.
AB is my guy today, boy. That play a third and long, whatever. He got that hand in there, man. Vaj, man, do a film session on AB, man.
I will not.
Or /AB/ one of them guys. I know you got it, man. You don't like AB, huh?
I don't like him.
I don't mind him. I think we're putting him in position where he's better now. You know, something I was looking at on film. AB is much better when he gets to play at a little bit of depth and keep things in front of him. When he got to turn his back to the football, that's when you have problems.
My issue with AB is his he's so good. He's annoying.
Sure.
What I mean by that, he's always in position to make a play, but he doesn't make the play. So my only issue with him, if Jordan Lewis wasn't on this team, then okay, I wouldn't mind AB getting the bulk of the playing time. My issue with him getting the bulk of the playing time, and yes, we're not, watching him practice, so who knows what's happening on the practice field. But my issue with him getting more playing time than Jordan Lewis is, I think Jordan Lewis with those same opportunities gets more turnovers than an AB. I think AB is a little more aggressive when it comes to tackling. He's a better hitter. He's a quick twitch athlete. He's fast. He can cover. He can run. But and he's a little bigger. But
you know what it is? You know what it is, both of you guys? It's the fact that we got AB finally making plays in the inside, and we saw so much trash with Orlando Scandrick that we like, good Lord, now we finally got somebody that can at least play aggressive enough and don't get beat consistently in the inside. That's what it is. It's the Orlando Scandrick gone effect, and AB is playing a little bit better, and they just saying, okay, we don't want to mess this up because Jordan Lewis, we know he can play. And then on top of that, it's just one of those things is what I'm seeing with AB, and that's why I'm liking it, because I guess I saw so much film on Orlando Scandrick.
Facts.
Yeah, probably. problem. I would probably say that we've upgraded every corner spot from 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So I'm cool with that. I ain't got a problem with AB, man. You know, just
He's decent.
He's cool.
He's better than Orlando.
Oh, that's for sure. I mean, young Orlando Skandrick made some plays for us, though. You know, he made some plays. A young one.
Yeah.
When he got older, he played, you know, like trash truck juice. But you know, we ain't talking about it. He wore the blue.
He going with another team. He doing his thing. Yeah, man.
Hey,
Shout
man,
out to y'all.
On Zach Martin, man, because I wasn't listening because I was doing a live joint. What y'all know about Zach Martin? Is he out or is he just?
I didn't get a look at it either, honestly.
A rewrap on that knee. He hurt the same knee that he hurt earlier within this year, so it may have to rewrap it. Hopefully, it's not extended, but we'll see. That this is what we're waiting on to hear from I guess Mike Fisher this week. Brian Broaddus is of the world, right? Okay. Yes, indeed, man. So, Vach, you going on live a little bit sooner later on, or
done for the night, man?
Done for the night.
Yeah, Cowboy Nation ain't about to work.
Oh man, what is y'all doing here, man? The night is still young. What's going on, man?
Man, I was up all last night hanging around with Mark Holmes. You know, Mark Holmes had me going everywhere, and Drew Pearson and Barry.
Oh, that's
all those guys, man.
I didn't even watch none of that. I gotta go back on your channel and take a look at it. I didn't even watch the lives from yesterday.
Yes.
I was hibernating, man. I was jet lagged. I was in Cali for most of the week.
No doubt, man. But all right, man, let me get on out of here, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to the nation. Guys, go ahead and tell them where they can follow y'all at, man.
BOCHLONBARD. I hold it down for the Domsky Woski, Vegan Vach, Dad Hat Lombardi, John Wick III. Thank y'all for tuning in. Salute. Plenty film this week. I have no fear of.
I can't do the Ali Howard Cosell thing like Vach just did, but I could just say AKOYE. I'm gonna say it real slow like I'm reading. AKOYE for the AK acolytes, like the Clear Media on YouTube, man. You guys already know where to find me, man. I love these cats. I love talking to these cats, man. But you guys know where to find me. I'm on YouTube and also on Twitter under the same moniker, man. Make sure y'all follow me. Make sure y'all get out on Patreon. I got some boxing content coming for Patreon. I'm just waiting for the sponsors that I'm working with to approve the content. But after that, you'll have some boxing content out on YouTube and Patreon. So that Patreon, again, is patreon.com/AKOYE.
Yeah.
Law Nation said, well, you can find me. I tell them AKOYE.
Yes, indeed. Okoye. Yes, indeed. And hey, that special guest that came in from the Eagles, man. Shout out to him. It's Brunson. His name is Brunson. Brunson. Y'all go follow his page. Y'all go hit him up. What'd you say?
L Brunson. That's right.
L Brunson. Go follow his page. Hit him up, man.
Real fast though, Law, for you wrap up, I just want to say this. I'm proud of each and every last person at this table. You know, we've had this conversation week in and week out, and it's been a couple times we done this, and we just constantly growing. It's a lot of subs at this table now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of subs at this table, and it's big things popping, little things stopping. You know what I'm talking about? Proud of y'all, man.
Oh, man, appreciate you, man. Y'all, please, man, hit that like button, share this content. Go to their page at Courier Media. Go to their page. Follow them, man. The trolls, even troll them. Keep trolling us, man. We love that, man. We love the heat. Yes. and then on top of that, Brunson, L. Brunson, man. Go follow his page. He's an Eagle fan.
He was a good sport. We won't lie on him.
Yeah. So we changing minds. Maybe we can put him on that silver and blue, man. You know, Stephen A. Smith got a bunch of teams. We'll go ahead and let him join on to this thing. Let's get this thing going one way or another. You guys already know I got a podcast. Since everybody else spelling it out, LAW Nation. Go follow that podcast one way or another. We're going to be live like 95. We're going to post all this stuff out there. Hey, win, lose, or draw. We're going to be supporting this silver and blue nation. Boy, I love it all over my body. We got the dub. We've been rolling with this team even when we was 3-5. Hey, this guy, Vach Lombardi, he's an old wise man because he had the same energy when we was 3-4. And look at the record now. This brother, man, I'm telling you, he's a young, wise man. And Koye, continue to break down that film. And I'm gonna leave you this. I'm always gonna leave you this. Amari Cooper or Dez Bryant?
I'll still take my young Dez over Cooper. You already know.
Boy, you a Dez Bryant apologist, man. Hey, boy.
I take Dez any day, bro. I take Dez any day.
Hey, y'all better watch out. Dez follow you on YouTube, so on Facebook. So I already know.
I like Amari though. Don't get me wrong. But until I see it consistently, I'm not pitting him over my man Dez, man. That's like when Dez first came. Would you ask Dez Bryant or Michael Irvin when Dez first got there? No. You had to give him some time. So
Look,
Amari got some time in, man. He just got here.
I pulled Drew Pearson. I pulled Drew Pearson, the original 88. He said, "Man, you know what? I like that number 19.
I like him too.
He should he said he should be an 88er. Oh!
Yeah, I like him too. I won't lie with him. I won't lie with him. At the end of the day, bro, Dez got 73 TDs for the silver and blue. Amari got to do a little bit more before I just say he better than Dez. I can't do it yet, man. If he keep doing it, you know, he got the opportunity with his age though to pave his own way. So who knows? 4, 5, 6 years from now, he might be breaking Dez's records, and it'll be no contest, man. But first, he got to bleed for the blue before I start talking shit for you, though.
Yeah. But he did the TO celebration with the tree. He did the TO celebration. So if next week, if he throw up that X, boy, I'm sitting here, I will go crazy, man.
Yeah, that's the same argument. Like when T.O. came, T.O. did a short run with us. I wouldn't have put T.O. up there either because he wasn't here long enough.
Yeah.
You gotta put the time in first, then I'll go ahead and jump on the wagon with you.
Yes, indeed, Cowboy Nation. Let's go, baby. All right. We out of here, man. Thank everybody for tuning in. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Salute. Let's go, baby. 8-5, baby. We live like 95. Let's go. Alita La Raza.